Used bookstores are the best. My favorite is one owned by a friendly old man named Mr. Thompson. I've been going there for years, sifting through books on a myriad of topics. Mr. Thompson was a childhood friend of my grandfather. They were born only a few days apart, so he let me read without having to pay. Recently, he has allowed me access to a small room in the back, overflowing with books that can't fit into the shelves in the main store. It's a dimly lit room that looks lost in time. The smell of old books fills your lungs each time you enter. The antique table and chair make it the perfect reading spot, aided by the glow of a lamp. I can sit back, relax, and be transported to another world. In fact, I often stay until after closing time. A few days ago, I found in this room the eeriest book I had ever encountered. It had been handwritten, and on the cover was the inscription "Diary of a Serial Killer." The writing was a little smudged and messy, indicative of a manic mind. On the first page was the date it had been started, 1794. A shiver went down my spine as I read the gruesome details of the murders, in the killer's own words. It seemed the killer got his kicks from having his victims dig their own grave. The last entry detailed where the killer's final victim had been buried. Chillingly, it was quite near the store, in a small wooded area. I discussed each book I read with Mr. Thompson, and this one was no different. I told him that curiosity had gotten the better of me, and that I would be setting out that evening to investigate whether or not this was all a sick joke. I began my search for the poor victim. I was digging for hours, but I could not find the corpse. I laughed at myself for how I had fallen for such a silly story. As I turned to walk away, I noticed Mr. Thompson emerge from behind a tree. Something about the sinister smile on his face told me I had read the date wrong in the diary, and that I had just unwittingly dug my own grave.